Hi, we're here to talk about the School of Business Design and its new admissions process. What we heard was that we had a lot of questions. We're here to talk about the School of we have in the last few months we have redesigned the entire process of how selection is done in an MBA school. And for that, we got in touch with a lot of people from the industry, we got in touch with a lot of students, and we asked them how did they find an MBA process interview. And they said that it's one of the worst experiences of their life because they cannot prepare for one, although they have done these group discussion practices when they are schools, but at the same time, a question in an MBA interview can be asked from absolutely anything, and they are expected to answer that. It could be from politics, it could be from finance, it could be about the economic stability of Europe, it could be about how microfinance works in villages. And it created a lot of stress for all of them. So they went into the process completely clueless, and they came out feeling quite foolish sometimes because it was more of a process of elimination than anything else. So we thought that perhaps we would want to take a look at this area and design something that can give back some value to the student. So we are in the School of Business Design, and business design is very closely linked to design thinking. One of the processes that we employ to be able to come up with ideas, to redesign a product or a service, and basically think out of the box. And what better way to judge candidates? What better way to understand them and their suitability for the course, but to take them through a design thinking workshop. And so it's a very common process in the corporate world to have a design thinking workshop between of the company and sometimes even the candidates. But it's not really employed in the education industry per se. So we did this and we did this workshop and got into the admission process. And we had a very, very good response. We had people coming in and some of them completely flabbergasted as to what's going on and what is expected of them. So we gave them a little bit of a pre-read. We told them what they should be doing. We told them to dress casually, not formally, and carry their walking shoes. So like, that's my interview, like really. But what we did was we started off in the morning with a little introduction into what design is not. And then we wanted to give them some principles, some tools of design thinking. But a very brief one, like it was not a long lecture, like on and on and on. Not like I'm talking right now. But we took them through some principles of design thinking, and then we told them to go out and explore into the world. Maybe not the entire world, but the little marketplace around the venue that we're doing this workshop in. So they go out in the field and they note some observations. We ask them to solve a problem. They come back with some observations, they discuss them, and then in teams they form a solution. And they present that solution, and some of the presentations are quite entertaining, more than the others. And that's how half the process takes place. That's the group part, although we try to keep the group small to 3 to 4 people. yet it is still a group. So after the workshop, we have a one-to-one conversation with each candidate and understand what are their aspirations, what do they actually gain from the workshop, and where do they have to change and what is expected. So although I didn't do a brief layout of what we're doing, it's still not enough to prepare you for the workshop. So we put in certain elements of surprise as well. So Pooja, how is the response to the two workshops that you conducted?
Aarushi, the Bangalore workshop was very, very interesting. So there was the Star Bazaar under the at the ground level, and it sent all students to in a batch of 3, and they observed the market and they observed the customer behavior. They came back with a lot of information, a lot of stories, a lot of fun ways that they wanted to explore and share. That this is how we can change. So it looked like that they're already managers in their heads. So that was such a creative way to show them where they will reach in some in a duration of 2 years of time. So Delhi also was a very, very interesting opportunity to go and understand the market environment and the behavior of a customer. So when these guys and girls went into a group, they went to the shop, some were shy, some wanted to
I don't want to give away the problem.
I'm not giving you the problem at all, but they were shy to even talk to the shop owners because it was early in the morning. And to my surprise, some of the shopkeepers thought that they were coming from the they were coming from the industry and they were checking the products quality, and they were the quality inspectors and they were all suited and booted. So they came back with a lot of stories to us. But the best part about the feedback from the students was that they were happy at the end of the day, but they did not look exhausted like we all are when we come out from any kind of an interview. So they were all very happy and they were all ready to share what they have gained. And I think the best take back was that they started thinking about the problems in a very clear way. Like they said that one of the students said that now I'm going to implement this kind of behavior thinking, design thinking in my everyday life. Like whenever I will visit a shop or maybe go to an airport, I will keep looking at the designs. I will keep thinking about how this was designed. So it's such a great experience for them that they're changing the mindset of an MBA interview, and how how a simple workshop about design thinking can actually change their idea of looking at the things in a design and technology. Yeah, it was good. So we should continue this design thinking workshops actually.
So me and Soil actually say that we change your mindset. So before you enter the course to after you enter the course, you should be not that you should be, but you would be when you change the version.
So how was your experience, Aarushi? What do you think? What was your take back from the workshop?
I just love the energy in the room. I mean, the excitement and energy. And I think normally when you have these presentations, they are so boring.
Yeah.
You just sit through and it's the same thing over and over again, one group after another, their solutions are very similar. But even though the problem was the same in Delhi, I was just blown away by the presentations. So that was my favorite part. In fact, in Bangalore, then I stopped everything that I was doing and I made sure that I was completely available and present during the presentations. And the Bangalore, so it was nice. In Bangalore, it was nice to see how everybody came in. They were a little shy. Although in Delhi, a lot of people did not dress casually, because they were still very suspicious.
Yeah.
That are they going to cut my marks for this and I'm going to be judged for this. But in Bangalore, luckily, everybody dressed casually and they were prepared for the entire workshop. But they came in and they were so quiet. And we really had to draw them out and get responses and stuff. But at the end of the presentations that were made, everybody loud and weird, and they couldn't wait to tell us what they had learned. So I think that was pretty entertaining.
Imagine just one workshop. So imagine a course which is being designed to make you think, and for 2 years, 2 rigorous years of making you understand the world in a better way. So I'm very sure this course, though it's a very new design, it's a very new concept, but when people understand this, when they go into the depth of the program, they definitely like it and they definitely would want to know more about it. So we're waiting for questions to come. So if you have any questions, please go ahead with it. We are here to answer your queries. We can also talk about the selection process, the content of the course, and everything. We are here to answer your queries. We can also talk about just to share some information about soil. I really like the philosophy and kind of empathy they have for the students and for the employee. So they're actually engaging all the fundamental principles that they follow in their everyday life. So it's amazing being a part of soil, be it a 1-year program or a 2-year program.
So Shivam has asked if, Sivram has asked if you can attend a workshop even if you're not interested in the program. Not really. Ultimately, it's a part of the selection process for business schools. So if you're not interested in the program, I don't think that being a part of the process is open works. Neither to you and nor to us. So you should be interested in the program. You should have given a competitive examination, or you should be planning to give one. And you have a cut of percentile and all of that. So once you meet your application, that's when we get in touch with you. We invite you to a design thinking workshop in your city. It's not immediately in your vicinity. Then some people have traveled. For example, in Bangalore, people travel from Chennai. In
Delhi, people travel overnight from Jaipur. Yeah, so they travel overnight from Jaipur just to attend the workshop and the selection process. Also, the workshop is not a commercial workshop that we are doing. So it's a part of the selection process. We cannot have commercial area to the workshop. So this is the process of selection. That's the reason. Also, you can check the website for School of Business Design. You will get a lot of information about the curriculum, the course. We have a rural immersive program, which is mandatory. So the students will be going to a rural area to understand the problems and to devise the answers for the problems which rural people are facing. And similarly, they will be going to an international project also, which is also mandatory. So, it gives them an exposure to the problems which are around us within our country and the rural area, and plus you get a global view of the problems and the solutions. So, I think it's a very, very well-balanced program that they have created. Also, there is a part of liberal arts which we have included in the program. And so if you see that we have 3 parts to this program, which is liberal arts meets design thinking and also the management. So I was just speaking to one of the faculties in our department, and he was explaining it about how we are going to look at the problem from a very humanistic way, because we all are selling, or we all are buying, or whatever we are doing for all human beings, mostly human beings. We're keeping every human being in our mind. So he also shared the triple, bottom line. It was very interesting for me that I learned today that whatever we are creating for the planet, for profit, and for people. So it's a very people-oriented human being-oriented program. So I would request everybody to go through the website and look for the different program, which is a very, very different from any run-of-the-mill program that the MBA programs are running around right now. So Aarushi, what do you think of this program? You have really read information about that program.
So I think what really interested me was the Singapore trip, the Global Immersion program. I thought, a whole class going and staying together in a foreign country, not an experience that I've heard of before. So that of colleges that take you on a day trip, maybe a 3-day trip, maybe a sightseeing trip, or a visit to an ashram, or something which is a little more. I think this is like this is an experience that none of the students are going to get. And the Rural Immersion program, it's called the Rural Immersion program. Okay, and so that sounded quite interesting because I think definitely the working environment of a village is very different from a working environment in a corporate city. So those two things should give them a good idea. Besides that, there is also a spiritual trip that is like not a religious one, but a spiritual one that the class is going to take to the Himalayas. And
7-day program. They do a lot of activities, and they have team building exercises there, just to get to know more about your team member, how the team member is outside of the class. So a lot of the qualities that we have, which we cannot show during the classroom time, definitely come out when you go in the public or when you go out in a program like this. So definitely, and I think the new generation has got a different view of spirituality. They don't follow that rigid customs and beliefs that we used to do or still follow. So it's always interesting to blend the new ideas and old values, and when we see them happening in the new generation, it really gives me a lot of pleasure. So I think it's going to be a great program for all the new generation students. So looking for something different, not a regular just go and have studies and come back. In fact, it's a very different program that we have here.
I think the present batch of the 1-year program already goes and works 1 day a week with an NGO.
Yes. So that's also a very interesting way to keep them grounded. So we are preparing them to go out and soar high in the sky and have higher career goals. But when they go for a day, they are engaged with an NGO program within an NGO around in Gurgaon. So that to go every Wednesday and they spend a day with them. They do their every job, whatever they are assigned from teaching the students of an NGO or taking care of them or different aspects of life. So it's a very important way to keep them grounded. And 5 days you make them understand, go reach the higher level, go for the sky and go for the different limits of your career. But it's going to be there for the 2-year program as well.
I think Vipul Kumar asked, generally MBAs are not creating products. So how will this idea of innovation, etc., will help in MBA? So the idea of innovation is not just for products. Firstly, and design thinking is not something where you just come up with a product by the end of it. I think maybe that's what you read or seen online, but design thinking can actually be applied to a lot of aspects of life. And we look very closely at just how business works. Because essentially that's what you do in an MBA, right? How to do a business systematically.
And also, if you see, Aarushi, new businesses are designed and old businesses are getting designed in a different way. Like Amazon and Flipkart have actually just changed the way we buy. And especially if you see Uber, it's just changed the way we use the taxi services. So that's what we are talking about here.
I think disruption is a very big element of design. And when you look at design thinking, it's about gathering new ideas which are completely out of the box. You can apply those ideas anywhere you want in the value chain, not necessarily only in the product base. It's also a way of reversing the way you look at your entire business. So traditional businesses start with product and then they go to the market and how you can sell it, is their customer. However, in business design, we're looking at designing, we're first looking at who's my customer, what need am I fulfilling? And then coming down to designing a product which is close to the end, then going back and testing it in the market as to whether it works before you release it. And after that, when you meet with success, you can then launch your product worldwide. So because you've done that little bit of testing, you have evolved in a different sense, you're already fulfilling the need right from day one. So that's how I think it would help with regularity.
Also, we're talking about services, and we're redefining services in all the areas of services. Like, even if I see the market of like milk basket, so what we remember of Dudwala guy is completely different way of sending milk, and we all are seeing every kind of services getting revamped, and which is, I think, a very good way, and disruption does help grow us, our businesses also. So this is the way we want all of them. So the first 3 months of the program is going to be the unlearning process. So we are unlearn. Why we are unlearning? Unlearning would not mean that you want to, unknow or undo. The unlearn is that we are very stereotyped when we look at a particular thing or an object or a services. We already have very strong set of ideas that are there. That Dudwala looks like a Dudwala, like a gamcha wala guy and a banyan wala guy, and coming on a cycle and got that big barrel of milk. Whereas now when I see a milk basket guy coming on a bullet and has a glass bottles and sealed, especially after all those cases and all. So it really gives me so much pleasure that everywhere we are implementing, changing, and applying new ideas. So this is what we are all talking about at the business design. So Ashish Singh is saying that can you tell me the teaching method employed in class related to the organization behavior system? Okay.
I don't think we can answer that question since we are not teaching. This is more related to the admissions process. So if you have a question regarding that, what we can do for you, Ashish, is you can write to us and
just give you a brief idea about how it's going to be. So at our new campus, I can just share a basic information that all the chairs and the tables or the furniture which we have at the new campus has got casters. It's got wheels. So I was very inquisitive about the fact that when I saw the tables and the chairs, that why would you have wheels? Because then all the students would just go like left, right, and here, back. So I was informed by my faculty only that this is how we are going to start implementing the design. So in very short span of time, because there are casters on the chairs and tables, you can redesign the room in a very short duration of time. And it helps you to have different setups, layouts in the class. So this is just to begin with, I can share that. Plus, the design thinking workshops that we are conducting right now is going to be a part of the curriculum. So we have a lab, a dedicated lab to conduct these kind of design thinking workshops there. So I was like, I have never seen a design thinking workshop lab in any of the MBA institutes. So MBA is all about doing case studies, reading, plugging, trying to get the solution to it. But here they're going to physically, brainstorm with each other. They have whiteboards across the walls, make them write, make them think, make them erase, make them, redo stuff. They are coming back to the boards, definitely not the blackboards or the whiteboards. But it's going to be a very different experience from what the general MBA class looked like or looks like right now in the MBA program. So we would also be uploading a few videos from the new campus, which is coming up at Manesar. And we would be having the 2-year program from Manesar itself.
So Umang, could we ask, given the fact that this is the first batch of the 2-year program, what are the expectations from the program in terms of placements, and also when will the AICTE approval process be done? So I think a very well-framed question, Umang. Pooja, would you like to answer?
Okay, so being the first batch, we definitely understand the anxiety from parents and from students level. But I think we need to have some appetite to take some risk also. So we are definitely very well prepared to take this kind of questions and this kind of placement questions. We have a whole team who's already started working for the placement, and they are very competitive. They are there in the market for a very long time. And because it's our first batch, the first batch is going to benchmark our placement. So we're going to work doubly hard for it, for sure. I'm very sure about it. And regarding the AICTE approval, there are stages of AICTE approval. And I'm happy to share that we've already crossed 3 stages of the AICTE approval. So the last stage, which is the AICTE experts doing a surprise visit. And actually it's a surprise visit. We don't know the date, we don't know the time, so they just not even call us. So we have our people stationed at the new campus. We are only waiting for them to come to the visit, look at the, whatever we have implemented, and then they will go back with the report, and we will have the answer.
Within 3 days.
We are expecting the visit next week, and we are expecting the result by 15th of April. So, keeping our fingers crossed, we definitely are going to get the AICTE approval.
Akanksha Kulkarni has asked that what job profiles can we expect after MBA with business design?
Okay, so the MBA with business design does not mean that we are not going to look at the specializations. So the first year would have the liberal arts, a part of liberal arts, a part of design thinking, and a part of management program. So the second year, we will start the specializations. So we would be having specialization in marketing, we would be having specialization in finance, analytics, HR. So it's not only that we are going to dedicate the MBA program only and only for business design. We are definitely going to include the main streams of the MBA into our program. It's just that how we are balancing, striking the perfect balance between design thinking and business design and philosophy, a little bit of philosophy, human behavior, and the markets. So definitely, I mean, you would have specialization from the second year of the program. So just check some more questions here. I think you can also, visit the website, which gives you a lot of information. And you can always write into us. The website is PGDM, and the email ID is pgdm@solindia.net. So there are a lot of questions that you would be having right now, but you may not have the time right now to put the questions. You can put the questions on the email, and definitely we'll be happy to answer all your questions.
So also on Akshay, I think the website lists some job roles that we're specifically looking at, and then this doesn't say that these are the only ones that we're but product management job, which is with the top design desk firm, business designers, product architects at startups or at regular office. Experience as service design managers at a large service company, and strategy planning and execution management at established firms, roles in traditional domains of business management like finance, HR, marketing, that's what Pooja was talking about, and also consulting in design research and product development. So, and we hope that most of the people who join in also have an entrepreneurial risk-taking streak in them. So sooner or later, they will want to get into something that they want to get. So Umang Dubey says, can I apply after AICTE approval? So Umang, you can definitely apply. We have a few rounds of admissions that we're going to do. And I think the second round is the cutoff date is 12th of April. And if we have enough people within that, or within this people, and by that time, then we would not be conducting the third round. However, what generally closes out sooner are the scholarships. So if you're looking at any of the scholarships that are available and the students are available on the website, if you're looking at any of those, then we will urge you to apply as soon as possible. If not, then we'll pay to apply please.
Just to give you a basic idea about the scholarships, the kind of scholarships that we offer, we have need-based and we have merit-based. We have an interesting scholarship foray where if you have worked with an NGO and if you have worked really well with an NGO and if you can support it with the documents, definitely we have an NGO section also. Then we have Captain Reference scholarship program also. So there are a lot of students who can apply in different categories of the scholarship. So definitely, I mean, we are looking forward to helping the students and making them, empowering them with knowledge, and definitely with this kind of scholarship, it would help them.
Akansha has a question regarding the eligibility criteria and what will be the admission process. So the eligibility criteria, Pooja will answer that, and I will take you through the admissions process.
Okay, so the eligibility is we're keeping the eligibility criteria from a point of view where the companies when they come to the campus for placements. So Akansha, just to share that the minimum eligibility or the qualification or the percentage that all the companies are looking at is above 60% throughout your schooling and college. So yes, that is something which we do not completely budge on. So must have 70% and above or 60% and above in your 10th, 12th, and definitely 60% above in your graduation. So this is what we have worked backwards. So when you don't face problems at the time of the placements, because that's when the companies look at your profile. Secondly, you must have appeared for any entrance exam, and the minimum percentile that we're looking at is a 70 percentile. So that's the admission criteria and the process. I think Aarushi will be.
If you haven't appeared for the national exam, then you should be ready to be your CAT in the month of September. Also, we could do a slightly relaxed view of the 60 percentage in college. If you are sure that you have a career path laid out for you and you're not completely dependent on placements. So the admission process is the interesting part, and that's what we're here to discuss. You start off by submitting a form online, which is on Palm Street, and I think we can also share the link with so that access to it. After you've completed that form, which talks about regular things that the form talks about, you complete it, you pay the admission fees, and then you're prompted with 3 essay type questions. So you're not expecting a very long essay, maybe 100 to 120 words that you can tell us about yourself. After which, once submitted, we have certain dates for interviews. You select those, and you select the city in which you'd like to be interviewed. And then we get back to you. We contact you by phone about a design thinking workshop and the entire selection process with it. So, to tell you a little bit about the design thinking workshop, we start off with about 9 men in the morning. There's a little bit of introduction, some icebreakers, and stuff where you get to know all the other participants in the room. We then take you through a short lecture on design thinking, and after which you're asked to then get into the field. So you're given a problem statement, you go back into the field, and you are making some observations, you're writing stuff down, and you're talking to people. Hence, you're going to get these observations back into the workshop area. When you come back, you have some discussions, you further work on some tools of design thinking, and you present a solution to the problem. So while we're doing all of this, we are evaluating the skills as well. So we have one evaluation process that happens during the training, and after which we give you a short break for about 30 minutes, and then you get back into the interview process. So we have a face-to-face interview, everybody numbers, I think interview process is pretty clear, but it will be a 15-20 minute kind of conversation. We want to get to know you better, we want to get to know what is it that makes you different from all the other candidates, and that's about it. So there are more rehearsed answers in the interviews. In fact, there's a lot of negative marking for that. So just conference itself, we really want to know who you are. We've already seen your level of enthusiasm, we've seen your participation levels in the workshop itself. So.
It's so interesting when you see all these freshers coming up with different ideas, and in their heads they're like already achievers, and which gives us so much of joy that they are so happy to have an interactive session rather than a grilling session. So definitely.
Hi, Aman. I think Aman is in touch with one of our national advisors, and it's great to have you here. Thank you for talking to us. Josh Matthews is asking, how is your school's teaching methodology different? Josh, you would have to come in and for a selection process. We talk about the school as well. We believe that the selection process is a little bit of a preview to how the school is different. And we believe in doing it rather than talking about it. Lectures are going to be a lot more interactive, a lot more actual problems to solve. But honestly, I mean, if you want to see how we're different, I would invite you over to one of our workshops, and also come to the campus. It is now campus visits are on. We're inviting more and more people to come see the place, see how different it is from regular MBA college, and how exciting, how full of light, how lively the place is going to be when it's full. So.
It's so true that the selection process is definitely going to give an insight about how different we are, and we would be sharing some of the feedbacks which we have taken over the videos from the candidates who came for the Bangalore trip, and definitely you can see on their faces that how we are different. But to have a first-hand experience, we would definitely invite you to come over for the workshop. It's a simple step that you register with us on the website, and we will contact you whenever we are conducting the workshop in your particular city. Definitely.
Also, I was wondering if this is a good time to announce that we are going to come up with the competition.
Yes, definitely. I was waiting for that.
Yeah. So we're in the final steps of formalizing this, but we will be coming out with a huge competition for the third year, the final year of studies, and those who are looking to do an MBA. It's going to be something which is very, very different from a regular business plan competition that we have. So we have all of you guys listed on that. We need your addresses or contact numbers or any form of identification. We can get back to you and tell you more about it.
So right now, we would expect or we would request people to post their questions either on the YouTube or maybe you can drop in your mail at pgdm@soilindia.net. Anything else that we want to share, Aarushi?
And that's about it. You've been like a really good audience. Thank you so much for all your questions. And thanks for interacting with us and giving us this.
So I'm Pooja Prabhakar, Senior Middle Manager Admissions, signing out.
Bye-bye.